Welcome to episode 12 of Webway Radio.
I'm Kurt.
I'm Mark.
And today, we're going to talk about sportsmanship.
Yep.
Among a few things.
A few things, yeah.
We went
bounced
on
around
a couple of tangents here. I thought we were going to have a quick little hobby advice segment at the end. And I was like, oh, let's talk pop culture for a second. And we went like 25 minutes there.
Since when do any of our conversations ever end quickly?
Well... But I think we had a good little chat.
Yeah, it's fun.
We played a game of 40K against each other.
It's magical.
I know. Easy, guys. And dare I say, that might be the most exciting game of 10th. And maybe one of the most fun games I've played in a long time.
Ooh.
And you're going to hear all about that.
Yeah, it was fun.
So before we get rolling, there are some spoilers at the end for...
The Marvels?
The Marvels.
Unfortunately.
It's okay. Nobody saw that movie.
I was going to say, it's so good you forgot its name.
Yes. I went completely blank. That's how
Remarkable.
Yeah, it's so bad.
There's no mark in that read.
Small spoilers for the Marvels. Possible spoilers for Captain America New World Order? Is that what they landed on? I don't know. It changed. And then we talk about...
The movie that was reskinned as a Captain America movie.
Red Hulk. Spoilers. And then I talk a little bit of Fantastic Four at the end because I saw it and it was awesome. So, with that being said, let's take a quick break. And then we'll come right back into hobby progress like we always do.
Sounds good. See you in a second. So, getting into hobby progress. We both actually have hobby progress this time.
I have some hobby progress. Not a lot of hobby progress, but...
Forward progress is good progress,
yes.
Right? So,
yes. What have you been working on?
Oh, boy. Marines. Wait,
what?
Yeah, I know.
The Blue Fists.
I see your notes here about that, and I was like,
But
yes. So I'm not sure where we were at when we last discussed it, but at this point, I have built my Company Heroes box, which was actually a lot of fun to build. I kind of really like that unit.
I don't like that unit at all.
I can see now why people like that unit.
It's a great unit for you.
Yeah.
Not a great unit for your opponent.
Yeah. How do you like the 4 or 5 different, everyone has a different weapon profile.
Well, that was insane, but what I really didn't like was the +1 to my cost.
Yeah.
Which really made me think about, like, why get a free one every turn? Or a -1.
Yeah.
And then you'd make it +1, and it's like, well, it still costs, but then it's +2 for anything. So I couldn't really spend any CP that game.
Mm-hmm. So
that we'll talk about.
Yes. Company Heroes doesn't do that. That's the hero I attach to it.
Oh, of course.
Which is why they're Blue Fists, because I tried my first game as using Ultramarines characters.
Sure.
Which literally the only difference is I'm bringing Marnius Calgar and Uriel Ventress, and that is the only the beginning and end of the Ultramarines in my army. They're going to be painted like Imperial Fists, and I've converted them.
I'm curious to see how those come out.
I am both looking forward to and terrified to start actually trying to build Marnius Calgar and his guys, because they have fit the little... What is it, like an Omega for the Ultramarines?
Yes.
It's everywhere. It's all over them. So I've got to, like, sculpt over some of it, and some of it I got to shave down.
For fists?
Red or black.
Paint them red and black.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing that, but it's kind of some of the details.
I guess I was just under the assumption, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to like carve every one of those off. Like, nah, just paint them red and black. It's fine.
Some of them will not be too hard, like the...
shoulder pads or whatever.
The shoulder pads, it's like there's a tiny bit, because the Marnius Calgar comes with 2 guards that are like completely in cloak from head to toe, almost with a shield, which is why I had you print me some Imperial Fist Storm Shields, because his 2 guards have those and they have swords. Yeah. But their shoulder pad, you only see like the tiny little bit, so I can just like snip that off.
I got a Dremel, man. It is gone.
That won't be hard. I think the only ones I'll probably end up leaving are, I forget what they're called, like the leather straps that hang down from the belt, and it's like a very Roman aesthetic.
Oh, there's like the Cataphractii Terminators have.
There's
I know
a
what you're talking about.
Term
I don't know what it's
for
called.
those. It's like a tabard made out of leather strips, but the little end bit of those is what would be metal, but it's in the shape of an Omega. It's like they're all lined up so much. I might like maybe cut the ends off of them or something, but those ones I'll probably leave. But with head swaps and pallet swaps and making sure I put enough decals for fists on them, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, should be fine.
Yeah, but
what else you got?
I did kitbash some Vanguard veterans with the slight hesitation of feeling like they're about to release them.
Oh, they will now.
Yeah,
great
I know.
work. I appreciate you getting that out for the community, Mark.
Yep.
Your building and painting will pay dividends for everyone else.
Yes. I will link my PayPal and
Please donate.
No, but it is actually funny. As soon as I kitbash Torgaradon, we get the. Or no, I'm sorry, not Torgaradon. Darnath Lysander.
Yes.
I kitbashed Darnath Lysander, played 2 games with him, and now there's a new Darnath Lysander coming out.
A nice model.
It is actually quite nice. I think his base is bigger. So I'll have to either snap mine off and put him
get the
on,
new one. He's too cool,
get the new one.
You just inherited a great new captain or lieutenant.
Yes. Yeah. So that's fun. But yeah, so with Vanguard veterans, they went cheaper in points, as far as I'm aware. It's mainly they are fast. They're 12-inch jump pack troops that can have an invuln, which not that we'll get to it in a minute. Not that your guys cared much about the invuln, but it's more just a fast moving like speed bump piece I can just throw out there and mitigate some of your AP.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And I had some Horse Heresy Assault Marines with the jump packs. They're little.
Which I guess I didn't even
combat
notice they
shields.
were heresy, but they looked cool on the table. So
Just the shields were Heresy.
Oh, okay.
I was going to use the big like breacher shield things that I have on my Blade Guard, but they are way too unwieldy and massive because I'm using the old school. I'm using the new Assault Intercessor bodies with the old school Vanguard Veteran jetpacks, which are bigger than the new ones, but I really like the silhouette. But
it's a great jump pack.
yeah, doesn't work with the new shields, long story short. So I'm using smaller Heresy shields, and I'm just put them on their wrist sideways, so they're like little punch shields, which
I like it.
yeah, it's cute. But yeah, just kind of built those, built company heroes, built some heavy intercessors, and tried to do. I think I stayed up till some unreasonable hour.
There were some
them.
late messages in the Discord. I got up to pee one night and was like, what is Mark doing at 2 o'clock in the morning on a work night? Like, that's crazy.
It's fine. They're built. So
Nice.
what about you?
Nice. Well, we were going to play a game.
Yes.
So I had to get a few things ready and based for that. Mm-hmm. So for the first time in 18 months, I touched my shared custody army of Custodes.
Sharedcustodies.
Yes. Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. If we didn't already have an episode title, that would be it. So I based a bunch of things that needed to be based to get my units finished.
Okay.
And hobby-wise, I actually did a little 3D printing.
Yes, I see that in front of me right now.
I printed the Custodes Grav-Tank.
It looks really cool.
It looks really cool. I hope it also performs really cool. Mm-hmm. Looking at it now, I can see one of those guns is a little tilted, but that's okay.
Probably fine.
But I was so excited. I assembled him in the morning. Mm-hmm. I primed him in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
And about 8 o'clock that Saturday night or Sunday, whatever that was, I started painting him.
Wow.
So he's like 80% of the way there.
I'm jealous.
And it just looks so cool.
It's really cool. I actually do really like the thought of Custodes having hover tanks just because it's very heresy looking, which I guess because that's probably where they made it from.
Crazy, right? But I think I'm going to 3D print instead of like the standard like flying base, I think I'm going to 3D print they have a really cool base design for these where it's like smoke coming behind it or whatever.
Ooh, that's cool.
So I think that is my plan.
Okay. So just have them zipping around on like a trail of smoke.
Exactly. Well, yeah, just something behind it. Give it a little like character and pop and all that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I also printed a Telemon Dreadnought.
Ooh.
He's still in pieces because I kind of lost my will to hobby there for a little bit. And school started this week, so things got very busy for me as a IT guy for a school system.
Sounds like it.
But that is next on the hobby bench. So I'm hoping this weekend, while you and Austin play a game, I can just sit over there and look like an idiot trying to figure out how I want to pose the arms as I move my arms and legs to like, how do I want him to stand? How do I want this? And all that. So
remind me, is the Telemon the one that's like a beefed up?
He's huge. Contemptor kind of.
Yeah.
Big
He's got like the missile rack on the back and it's kind of just got,
Can have fists or crazy, ridiculous guns.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Dreadnoughts are so cool.
I know. I just wish, yeah. How about those Saturnine Dreadnoughts?
I was just about to say, I really wish
I didn't like them at
something
first.
with those.
And then I've seen all these community painted, all the different legions and everything. That's really growing on me.
The
really
Dreadnought
fast.
or the Terminators?
The Dreadnought. The Terminators I don't like because they're like bigger than Horus.
Oh, sure. Wait, really?
They're big.
Really?
Or maybe it's the Praetor that's bigger and taller than Horus.
Okay, I could see the Praetor because he's like on the tactical rock.
So they're huge.
They are very big.
So
they're like Centurions, basically, right?
yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at the stat lines yet.
Sure. I mean, size-wise, they look like, because with I have built one Centurion and did like a whole restructuring of his entire body to make him not look like he's a toddler trying to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know purchases count. Do near purchases count?
Sure, why not?
So I think you saw in the Discord, we were discussing it. Last weekend was our local games workshop's anniversary. So they have the cool Gene Stealer that holding the Terminator head. And in addition to that, if you spend $100, you get this, and you spend $150, you get that. And if you spend $300 in store over the weekend, you get this really cool, like beautiful wooden dice box from Games Workshop. Ooh. And I didn't really care enough to but my wife saw it and was like, oh, that's nice. And so I was like, what should I. So I debated going up on Sunday and just paying MSRP for the new box to spend the $300 and get all the things, the metal dice, the cool looking cup, the small Kill Team neoprene mat, and the game. But I was like, I don't know. I got some big things coming up, and I just need to save. So I made a very adult decision and did not let the FOMO get me.
Congratulations. It is hard.
Next weekend is the Huntsville store's anniversary. So we're going to have to do this all over again, and somebody's going to have to just like freeze my credit card in ice and not let me go down there.
Hold the line, not one backward step.
So almost purchased things.
When I saw that Gene Stealer, it made me think of something, and you're going to punch me from across the table probably for bringing this up.
Maybe.
What did it remind you of? Don't you have a bunch of boxes of Gene Stealers?
I have more boxes of Gene Stealers than I can legally field in 3 Tyranid armies.
So, how... You also have a bunch of 3D printed Necromunda terrain, yes? Have you seen like the table sized Space Hulk things with a bunch of
from a
players
called From the Basement of Death Guys?
Maybe,
probably. They run a massive, and I think we've talked about it when it happened. They run a massive 3D printed game of Space Hulk. What was the PC game with the Dark Angels? What was that called?
Deathwing?
Deathwing. If you've ever played Deathwing, think that, but on a tabletop.
Which is really
So you
cool.
and like 5 or 6 buddies each play a different kill team, right? So you might be Imperial Fist, and I might play Space Wolves, and the guy next to us might be Ultramarines, and there's Blood Angels, and there's all the you pick. And you all work together to try to beat this. And the guys that run the game are the Gene Stealers. And there's like landing pads and corridors and outside. Like, it is awesome. Oh,
you see what I mean? Like, we have so many Space Marine players locally, and we have a lot of people that want to use Terminators. So if we ever wanted to do something fluffy that would not require everyone to suddenly just drop $1 billion on a new army, we have a bunch of Gene Stealers in front of us. I already have like 20 Terminators.
Well, the game between my my Gene Stealer Cult army and my Tyranid army, I've probably got 40 Gene Stealers assembled. 30 of them are probably painted.
So, I mean, if somehow, because I was thinking, oh, that was a very, that new miniature is very Space Hulk with him fighting a Terminator, having killed a Terminator. So I was thinking, oh, I wonder if they are going to release a new edition of Space Hulk. And I was like, wait a minute, there's probably old ones we could find the rules.
And they think this is them signaling like it's coming.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But talking about that kind of does remind me, we kind of tinkered with the idea of doing like a tabletop role-playing game of like Death Watch or something and using minis.
That'd be cool.
I 100% agree. Everybody paints up their Death Watch Space Marine. It could be from the chapter you want it to be from. And, we play it with ridiculous terrain. And between all the armies in the area, like, yo, I need a Carnifex for the weekend. Or, hey, I've got a Necron whatever. Or, just a horde of Gene Stealers. Like what? And doing that kind of like mini wargaming does with their campaigns.
Yeah.
Except we're playing Death Watch on the tabletop.
That'd be cool.
And you have your mission and your things and all, I don't know. That seems really fun to me.
Yeah.
Like we have our RP session where we kind of build to it when it comes time for the mission. All right, cool guys. Here's my 3 tables with sheets over them. And as you go to the rooms, like, oh, hey, you found this room. And, and it's what's in here. Oh no, a Gene Stealer. And yeah,
cool stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, I was just thinking because we have had several local game days at this point that are multiple people.
Yes.
And they're playing different things normally, but it's like that would be something that would maybe wouldn't be too hard to get a bunch of people to play.
You're going to put me down a rabbit hole. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
The rest of my enemy shot. But let's take another quick break, and then we will come back and do some games played.
Yes. Sounds good.
All right, Mark. Have you played any games?
Yes. Have you?
Yes.
Oh, is it a coincidence?
Played a game of Warhammer 40,000.
We did. Hell has frozen over once again. We've played 40K.
We've done it twice in 12 episodes. At this rate, we'll get 10 and by 100.
Oh, boy.
But we played Imperial Fists versus Custodes.
Yes.
Shocker after that hobby segment. But we used a Games Workshop bunker mission.
Very cool.
I think that's my new go-to way to play.
Part of me is like really sad that normal 40K isn't that way. I'm torn because secondaries split me down the middle so much.
There are things I like.
Yeah.
And there's things I don't like.
Yeah.
I like that you have to kind of tailor your list to be able to do this and that and whatever. And you have to have some fast-moving stuff. And it's good to have an idea, something that can come back on the, like scouts.
Yes.
It's great to just have a unit just in case. You never know if you're going to need them.
Yeah.
Or they might sit there and do nothing. But at the same time, I feel like playing these bunker missions with no true secondaries, let you just bring what you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to have enough anti-tank. You don't have to have, 6 battle line units so I can hold objectives. I don't need sticky. I don't need this. I don't need all that stuff. And it's really fun.
Yeah. It's interesting because basically, what is it? Hold 1, hold 2, hold more?
It depends. Each mission's a little bit different.
Okay.
There's missions where... And this was the one I drew for me in Austin. I was like, that's too complicated. But I've now listened to people talk about it. And there is a mission to where objectives like 1, 3, and 5 are A.
Okay.
And 2, 4, and 6 are B.
Okay.
On turn 1, you can only score A.
Oh, that's cool.
On turn 2, you can only score B.
That's really cool.
So not only does that encourage moving around, but then it's like, are you out of position? Can you get back? Can you do the thing? Like... Now that I've heard how it works, it's like, oh, I want to play that mission.
What I like about that is that I think my least favorite part about secondaries is it's an unknown quantity as far as...
Or what are you going to draw?
Yes.
Like, am I going to draw the one where you have to kill 25 things or you don't score?
If you play it enough, you can memorize what's in the deck, but you have no agency.
It's like counting cards. Yeah.
You have no agency over what is in the deck and what order. Whereas something like that, all these objectives are lit this turn, and then next turn it's the other ones. You can make
it's a known thing,
informed choices, and you can make. I think there's potential for some really weird plays and just interesting plays. Like it's kind of I am willingly sacrificing points this turn for the sake of doing something different, and it's more just any agency that a game gives back to me when dice are involved. It's like
I dig that.
Yeah, it makes it more engaging mentally, I feel like.
And 2, some of these missions, the 2 or 3 that I've played now, they all have a like, well, if you killed the other guy's warlord, it's 15 or 20 points, which is a huge swing.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're encouraged to hide or protect that warlord.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Just be cautious and not just throw them in there.
And I think our mission was you got 15 more points if
15
you
more points.
killed more objective control than your opponent did,
I think
or
so.
something like that. There's no way I could win, so I didn't. Sure. Yeah, so I didn't bother. You won, whatever. But it's just neat.
Yeah.
It's a different way to play, and I highly encourage anyone to pick up a random White Dwarf, and in the middle of the White Dwarf somewhere, there's a mission.
Yeah.
There's a Sigmar mission and there's a 40k mission in every single issue now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just they're cool, they're fun. You can make them as fluffy as you want, but if you don't like playing with those secondary cards, I highly recommend it.
It's nice just because it was a nice way for me to refresh myself on the rules of how my units work without having to worry about random stuff.
And I don't have the new deck. So, if I open up tabletop battles and try to score that, it's like, do this. It's like, well, how's the wording on that? I don't have that. And I'm sure it's out there. I don't care enough to print them.
I'm torn because it's like we're coming to the sunset of 10th if they hold to the way they're doing it,
Which
right?
is insane, too. We're 2 years into this. I'd go 5.
Yeah.
Books are not cheap.
It's
As you can see, I have 2 stacks next to us that are probably 2 feet tall each of just old books. I hate to throw them out.
Yeah, I'm already kind of burned on the buying cards, like at least the objectives. But man, do you remember the unit cards? Like,
I bought them for Gene Stealers thinking like, I'll use these. And then I was like, oh, most of the stat lines are the same. And I have not used those.
I bought them for Tyranids when Leviathan came out. And then
completely out of
Tyranids
date.
was the first codex, and it was wrong within like 2 months of them
they
being
updated
put on
them,
the
right?
shelves. Yeah, they were different.
Because they changed things like Gene Stealers lost a lot of abilities.
Yeah.
Which is why they don't get.
So it was, we're going to sell you these unit cards that are, then they made a new one that came out with the
Yes.
codex, but it's like, buy it
2
again.
months
and do it.
prior, you bought and I never bought the Jakari ones, which in hindsight would have been the best $40 I could have spent.
Because you would have them the entire thing. Which I have the Marine ones, and I'm kind of sad I do at this point. They were useful before, but now it's like they're also wrong.
Yeah, they've FAQ'd so much.
Stats are wrong.
Abilities are wrong. Look at intercessors.
Yeah, look at heavy intercessors. All their guns do 2 damage now.
Oh.
I like it.
So
Yes.
we played a game.
Yes, that was terrifying to go up against Custodes again after they were my bane in 9th.
That was a very balanced, I thought, game.
Now,
granted, we use current points and we use current data slates and all the things. Like, I used the new detachment that I forgot the rule of the entire game.
Well, whoops.
It happened.
What was the rule?
If I was more than 6 inches away, I'm +1 to hit and wound.
Oh.
If I'm 6 inches away from my units.
Yeah.
So, like, that random squad that charged in and was away from everything else. Yeah, that should have been +1 to hit, +1 to wound.
Oh, whoops.
I mean, I'm already hitting on 2s, so.
Fair enough.
But I think, dare I say, that was my favorite game of 10th edition so far. And maybe the most fun game I've played in a very long time.
It felt very back and forth. Like my army was just by its nature more ranged than yours. So I felt like I was kind of having to deal with you on the points, but also my army was built to fight on the points, which was, it was just fun, honestly, seeing how the armies interacted.
I enjoy, and I didn't take a fluffy list. I took 2 Achilles and Galatus Dreadnoughts. Like, those are not competitive. Granted, one of them tanked everything.
Yeah, I was a little
One
sad
of them
at
shoved
that.
a spear right down the barrel of your Demolisher? What was that?
The
Vindicator.
Demolisher cannon on the Vindicator.
Yeah, which was awesome to see him do something.
I have never played a game where my Vindicators have gotten popped that easy. I will have you know. That was...
You ran him like an inch away. What do you want me to do?
But you advanced.
Pet him like a cute puppy? Like, no,
Yes.
you're getting that spear in the cannon.
Bonk. Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, no, it was... Trajan's terrifying, by the way. He killed eight heavy intercessors in one turn.
That was the coolest. I was like, where'd everybody go?
And then my other brick of 10 shot him with heavy bolters on...
Took 5. So you did 10 wounds. I had 5 health left. I rolled 5 ones. The only thing I couldn't roll. I rolled exactly what I needed for him to go down in a blaze of glory.
If it makes you feel any better, I had not revved up the heavy bolters yet.
Yeah. Didn't have to, Mark. What's so funny, he tanked all that stuff, and then he died to just statistically should not have happened.
Yes.
And yet, here we are 2 weeks later talking about how awesome it was.
It was, yeah. Oh, I had probably the best exploding, which I guess, what was it called in 9th? It was just like explodes on 6s, right?
Yes.
But sustained roll. I had 6 shots and all of them sustained. I made it sustained on 5s, but my heavy bolters just doubled in shots. So it was 12 shots coming out of a 6-shot weapon. It was... I couldn't be too mad at that one. My dice kind of held up a little bit better than...
Our dice were either both really bad or really good. There was really not
in the same game,
Yes,
though. It was wild.
Like, there were so many opportunities for me to just these sustained hits. And it'd be like, oh yeah, everything hit.
Yep.
But it was all 4s and 5s.
Yep.
Not a 6 in sight. So in short, awesome game.
Super fun.
Play bunker missions.
Yes.
Have a blast.
I was surprised, too, because a lot of the games, the vast majority, win or lose, have been massacres. In 10th, it's been I either get butchered to a man or I butcher my opponent to a man. We both had hardly anything left on the table when we were done.
What is on the table is what was on the table when the game is over. So, 1 custodian over there, a unit of 2 here, 2 sisters, and 2 terminators. That's all I had left. You wrecked my stuff.
I had a very wounded brick of
that's right. The blade champion.
Yes.
Oh,
the blade champion
awesome.
Plunged in there and got precision hits barely enough and killed Calgar.
Killed Calgar.
Yes.
To the wound.
Yes.
And then he died and he popped back up 2 inches away or something. And then I did it again.
I had to kill him again. He died to the getting slapped with the rifles of heavy intercessors.
Yes. Which is just that you couldn't have made up a better story. It's just like when Lorgar kills some custodians in a cave. It's 200 Marines just everybody shooting I can't wait for you to read the first Heretic.
Oh, amazing.
Spoilers. 2 custodians die.
Oh, boo-hoo.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
He plotted for months on how to kill these guys.
Oh, wow.
It's so good.
That'll be cool.
Anyways, so let's take another quick break, and we're going to jump into our main topic tonight, which is...
Sportsmanship.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about this. Might be a long one. Apologies in advance. And PD can't decide where he wants to be, so if you're hearing the jingles, I am so sorry.
He's having a...
And now he's laying back. He heard my daughter get into snacks, and it was like, I'm getting food!
And then he was disappointed, and he's coming back. He looks sad.
All right, so we'll be right back.
Be right back.
We're back.
We are back.
Mark, in 40K, what does sportsmanship mean to you?
Oh, that layers.
You
like
knew it was
onion.
coming, and yet I still stumped you.
You did, and I came up with the topic too, and you still stumped me. No,
that, my friend, I think is good podcasting.
Oh,
I don't know.
We can act like that's what it is until someone tells us otherwise, right?
I'm still waiting for our first feedback. Hint, hint.
We got John.
Well, yeah, but I want an actual review. Like, you guys suck. Don't do this. Or more hobby progress or something.
Just get rid of all of it.
Yeah. Get new host.
I thought I wasn't going to say it.
Suddenly I got the Muppet guys egging me on from the... It's like, I don't know their names, but I love them.
Yes, the old hecklers.
Yeah. So what does sportsmanship mean to you, Mark, in the Warhammer /gaming front?
To me, it's I mean, there's a level of politeness to it, right? Kind of just
Yes.
What is interesting to me is kind of this is a social game in a lot of aspects. Like,
I feel like it's supposed to be.
yes, and it should be, and I think it's better when it is, because honestly, the social aspect of this kind of just interacting with your opponent can make or break, regardless of what happens on the field. If you're not getting along with your opponent, that's going to make it hard.
I've played those games.
Yes.
It's hard.
It's very hard. And
Or if even thinking that your opponent might be doing something a little questionable, maybe not like judge or rules lawyering worthy, but it's like, man, I don't think you're playing that right.
Yeah.
And then you're on Wild BD like trying to figure out what they're doing or not doing the whole time. Apparently, you're not supposed to cast that on that unit.
Ugh.
But hey, I took the L. Whatever. I'm not winning the event. It's fine.
But yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's very difficult to briefly describe it, but it's kind of just being an opponent be the opponent that you want to face, right? Is kind of, to me, it's a level of communication that you have to be able to be willing to have with your opponent. Just
Yes.
like, this isn't chess, right? Like, when you sit down to a game of chess, both players know exactly what everything does. There is no question at any point whether or not something is legal within the rules, or, if someone just like hucks their knight at your face, you realize, hey, that's not
So
how the
there's
rules
not
work.
28 different factions.
Not that I've been told. I could be
With
wrong. It's been
An
been a while.
update every 3 or 4 months that may or may not completely change the way factions or the game gets played.
They rebalanced rooks, I've been told.
I hear they're fantastic in this edition.
Yes, pawns are awful. I don't know why you would take any of them.
Insane.
Yeah, they're trash.
I don't know how to play chess. I am winging it so hard right now.
But there's a lot of games that are very different in just that everything's kind of a known quantity.
Yep.
Like, this game is kind of unique that, with the exception of very, very, very top tier competitive players, I don't know that there are many players that know what everyone's army does. And it's just a massive amount of information.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that coach and the guys that are full-time job in this, yeah, sure, probably. But I couldn't tell you, like, what most of the armies do.
Yeah.
Or list a detachment, for that matter.
Yeah. There's so many different editions and so many different factions. And even if you knew at the beginning of the edition, some factions have changed so absurdly much that they're basically entirely different factions. Like, didn't Drukhari basically get completely overhauled?
Well, we
at
got
some
a
point in
second
this
detachment
edition?
that played vastly different than the first one.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this is so much better. Turns out it wasn't.
Oh,
And
whoops.
everybody went back to the first one.
Oh, no.
And then we got a third one, and it does change the way.
Okay.
But the detachment rule is terrible. Nobody's going to play half Harlequins. But the stratagems alone are so much better. It's worth it to take that attachment and not get the other detachment rules for the stratagems than it is to play the crappy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I decoded how that works, and golly, I want to try them so bad. In fact, there's my solitaire.
Ooh. To have your single Harlequin on the field.
Yep. Pay a command point, flip who gets the rerolls.
Ooh.
He does his 8 attacks at like strength 8 minus something for like 3 damage. Kills a character with precision.
Oh, gross.
Flips it, then all the Drukhari getting all the rerolls until they kill something, and then they kill something, and he gets it again.
Oh, that's wild.
So after seeing how that plays, the tricksy Drukhari player in me is just tingly. And I know this isn't, but like completely unrelated to sportsmanship. But I got so excited when I read that.
That's cool.
I think I threw him on with like one of the gun pieces for the tank. I was like, I need one just in case.
But
Anyways, sportsmanship.
yeah, but this game, there's a level of, I feel like
You
have
spend
to,
enough time with each other.
yes.
Tournament or not tournament, you're looking at 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. Face to face with a person.
I don't want to have a miserable time.
No.
And that's not even sportsmanship so much as like, just be friendly.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Yes.
Tell
Which-
me.
Those are the games that are the most fun, though. Like the ones that I remember, even if I lost, regardless of the result of the game, some of the most fun games I've had were me getting stomped, but the player was just really fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wow, I
And
really
you run
enjoy
into that
hanging out.
person again, and you haven't seen him in 6 months, and it's like your best friends all over again.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That was the best part of like Cherokee, is we would see people we haven't seen in a year.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, how's it going? And he'd see my wife and be like, how's your Eldar coming along? Show me your latest whatever.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't remember this guy's name, but he knows us. And he's, like, it's so cool.
Yeah, I feel like if, obviously horrible meta mismatches aside, you should probably want to play the person again afterwards. It's kind of like
I would think. And looking back, there's only 2 or 3 opponents I've ever played that I was like, I would not do that again.
Yeah, it's infrequent, but they're memorable.
Sure. I try not to think about them, but for this episode, I did a little research and found very specific instances. But
yeah,
we'll get there.
But yeah, what's it mean kind of to you? Just broad strokes?
I'd say kind of in the same vein, don't got you somebody.
Yes.
Just be fun, fair.
Gotchas
Show
are
your
a
roles. If it's an
big
important
thing.
role, do it out in the open.
Yeah.
You got a dice box, but like if it's super critical, roll it on the table, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think I did that when we were having fun. I was like, oh, I need a 6. And it's like, oh, not a 6. Where is a 6? And
That was fun to me, just because it was like I got to see it from across the table and was like biting my nails.
Yeah,
Who did I kill?
yeah.
Trajan? Who? But
or the Blade Master or Blade Guard.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So fun. But things like that.
Yeah.
And there's a very specific instance of the opposite of that happening and losing a game on the very last combat. It comes down to like, do you make those saves? And the dice are rolled and immediately picked up.
Ugh.
Like, I kind of want to just glance.
Yeah,
And it's like, do you believe me?
yeah,
And if you ask me like that, suddenly I'm asking questions. But it was like, you know what, man, I don't care enough about this.
Yep.
Whatever. If you need the win that bad, take it.
yeah. I haven't had a tremendous amount of experience with bad sportsmanship.
Sure.
I have gotten a couple like, wait a minute, you just leapfrog me in points really hard. I wasn't paying attention because
second. Yeah.
like I was trying to put up my stuff because at the particular store I was at, it was past closing time.
Oh,
they were being
yeah.
gracious and letting us, and it was like, come on, like we gotta go.
Wrap it up,
and it was like, it was pretty much done, but it was just like I look over and it's like you just leapt like. You were 10 points behind, and now you're like 15 points ahead. And it's like, I think I almost maxed my score. I don't know how that happened, but it was like, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's
I stopped caring.
yeah. It is what it is. But honestly, though, you mentioned gotchas, and I think that's really important because there are a lot of gotchas in this game. If you're not,
Well, again, 28 factions plus 3 to 6 detachments for each. You're looking at 75 to 200, depending
plus
on
just the rules of character, like just characters, just units. Like Space Marines alone have how many record sheets? Like how many data sheets?
and they purged a lot.
Yeah,
Pouring out for the old school land speeders.
poor fellas.
Hey, heresy now.
Yeah, that's
Just like I didn't show you this. I'll cut this out. My Proteus.
ooh,
Is that, look at the Raven Guard iconography everywhere.
that's amazing.
Isn't it?
That's
Like, look at the jets, the inside behind the seats.
ooh, the turbines and stuff.
Well, the Raven Guard logo on them. And after I put it
On
together, I was
wow,
like, how the hell am I going to paint that?
that's amazing.
I messed up, Mark. And one of them's a little crooked, but it's fine. The super glue had dried. I was like, no! But it's fine.
It's fine.
They
cool.
move, right? They move.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was my other. Of course, that's the one that's been sitting there with all those shoulder pads for like. When did we play Heresy last? 6 months ago? Yeah, that's been sitting there for that. And I was like, you know what? Today I put this together.
That is that day.
All right. So we're talking sportsmanship. Examples of good and bad sportsmanship. I kind of just rattled off a very bad example of sportsmanship. You got any hot takes on this?
Honestly, just being transparent when your opponent asks you if, like, I've had some recent examples where I'm facing an army I've not faced before. I have a general idea of, hey, this thing's going to delete everything it looks at. But if I'm, and maybe it's different in a tournament setting, but you and I are, at least I have never played in a tournament and probably do not intend to for any amount of time in the future. But
Sure.
if I ask, like, hey, if I move these guys here, kind of what are the ramifications? Kind
Sure,
of what
yeah.
can your unit wipe this? Kind of just the There are a lot of choices in this game, just on a turn by turn basis. Like the millimeters forward you move are all individual choices that can make a big difference.
And I know I've said many times in our games and other games, like, man, if a quarter inch is going to make or break me, then like take it. I'm not. If you're going to cheat me, like, I probably rolled bad anyways. Like
I have tried to always be very, what's the word? Kind, I guess, about measurements, just where it's like, dude, you're half a centimeter. Just nudge the model up. I don't care.
Like, let's have the combat instead of being like, no, let's fight. You're in range of the it's fine.
That was kind of one thing I had to learn. My best friend, he and I have mostly played more board games, but they're kind of, we get really competitive because we're at our best, we're usually at about the same level, so we can go all out on each other like all the time, and like we know each other's how we work pretty well. But he was a little concerned. Actually, I think it was when we started playing Legion, because it was he's like, I really don't like measurements because if you're a half a millimeter off, kind of like, dude, just
whatever.
Just bump it. Like,
do the cool thing.
I've already bumped the table accidentally. Everything's shifted like a millimeter. Yeah.
Especially at some of these events where instead of they're on like normal folding tables and then they have like a giant sheet of like MDF over it, it's so easy to just tap those things. It's like, everything just shifted an inch.
Yep.
So
I don't know. This is coming from me being a very casual player, but it's kind of, we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
So kind of the, I don't know, I guess just be, and I match it kind of like if the opponent's not wanting to, if they're wanting to be very precise, then I'll try and make it, as precise as possible. But oftentimes a lot of the people we play with, and not that you're just like, slinging guys wherever you want on the table, but it's kind of that's a millimeter off, man. Just bump your guy up. Like shoot with the full unit. I don't care.
And something I would usually tell my opponents when we would walk up, especially if I'm traveling, like locally, like whatever, I know these guys, it's fine. But if I went somewhere, it's like, hey man, I'm not winning this event. Let's have fun. Yeah. Like I'm not worried about whatever, like, keep the take backsies reasonable. Don't pull your secondaries and be like, oh, I meant to move this. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like if you accidentally move somewhere, or you forgot you needed to do something, like go for it. It's fine.
It's one of those that needs to be reciprocated too. Cause it's like, if I grant you mercy with that and then you refuse to do
what happens on stream all the time. I still will watch War Games live, and to see that is insane.
Yeah.
But I thought of a situation that I think is extremely relevant here.
Ooh.
I don't think I've talked about it with you, but I have talked about it in a different iteration of this show.
Sure.
I had gone to Huntsville to play in an event, and I lost my first game to Dice Situation, previously mentioned. Second game, I won by a point.
Ooh.
I'm 1-1 going into round 3. It's like 7:00 at night. I'm a type 1 diabetic. If I skip a meal or I don't eat a lot, my body knows. Sure. And my blood sugar can crash. Or if I take a little too much and don't move around, or what, it can happen. My sugar goes low, and I get a little like, I don't know, I can't think straight.
Sure.
And I was playing this kid who played Tau, and I wish I knew this guy's name because I just can't believe how like gracious he was about everything. And basically it got to where like I was not feeling good at all. I wasn't thinking straight. I was like, man, the game's yours. And he sat there. I was like, well, no. Pull your, and he walked me through pulling my secondaries and basically walked me into a win by like 7 points, and like told me what to shoot and stuff. Cause I was just, I'm sitting here pounding 2 sodas. It was 2 Mr. Pibbs, and I'm still like not feeling great. And kid basically not talked himself out of a win, but helped me finish my turn like he knew I would have.
Yeah.
And lost his game for him.
Wow.
And
that's kind of impressive.
I know. And I wish I could probably look in BCP if I really wanted to. But it's like that kid did not have to, and I say kid, he was probably 25. I'm 37, so everybody feels like a kid now.
Can you hear my grin through the microphone?
Here we go again. Every episode I say it or I do it. I'm so sorry. But But he was just so like, hey man, it's cool. Like you can, and he was like, oh yeah, you could, your sister units in reserve can come over here and that scores this. He did not have to do that. And I completely forgot until we started having this conversation of just how much of a good sport that guy was.
That's amazing.
And, he had traveled from like Nashville or something. He had spray painted and primed his army the night before and, was there to, I think, win and do the best he could. And we're both 1-1. And like, he could have, could have just like not taken advantage of me or whatever. But and I was there. I was conscious. I wasn't like drooling in the corner. But I was like, man, I'm not making good decisions right now. Like I'm shaky and I'm just kind of, you have to know. If you know, you know. Yep. And he was so cool about that.
That's awesome.
And he did not have to, help me beat him. He could have just been, and I told him, it's like, game's over, man. Just win. Like, I just want to be done because I just felt so bad. It's like, I don't care,
Yeah.
And it wasn't looking good, but yeah, he's like, well, no, shoot here, see what happens. I blew up the tank. Or, all right, well, charge this guy. And I was like, yeah, and killed the unit. I was like, oh, shoot. I just went up by 7 points. Like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, man. Like, this is the way to do it. It was cool.
Wow. No, those are the kind of players that's like, I bet he's popular at his local store. I'll put it that way.
Hope so.
Yeah.
But, and I've seen medical situations before, and even tournaments have like delayed rounds by like a half hour because something like that has happened. It's like, hey man, I just need like 20 minutes to recover. And the opponent was like, no. On my clock, bam.
Yeah.
And it's against his opponent. So this guy can kind of compose himself. So it exists. Yeah. And then you see the really bad examples on YouTube and those are great.
The flushed dice that are on.
Not even that. Did you see the big? It was Nick Nanavati and somebody else. But in a prior round, the guy like did his deep strikes, and the opponent was like, "Oh, you did your movement's over. You can't do anything else." Because technically, deep strike happens at the end of the turn.
Oh,
and he got you this kid, and he made it to the finals against Art of War's Nick.
Oh.
He forgot to move his stuff and deep struck somebody in, and Nick was like, you didn't let so-and-so do it? I'm not letting you do it. And it was like, because it all happened on stream. You can go back and find the clips. And he's just like, you got me, and shook his hand, and he quit.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
So it comes back, I think.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, here's the thing. This is for all intents and purposes, this is a very expensive excuse to play with toy soldiers.
Oh, you're telling me.
So there's such a buy-in, such an amount of effort that it takes to even set built models down on the table.
Not even painted.
Yeah, just build. Like financial, time, mental energy, and effort to learn the rules, to do it's kind of you want that to be a good experience, hopefully.
Generally.
Yeah. You would hope, right?
So, in a local group, how does it affect things? Because I know I've said, like, I've talked myself out of wins, like helping people, new players, like, oh, well, have you considered trying this? Or what about this? Or don't do that. These guys are going to just, like, make your day. And even with my wife, like, I have to help her out some.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I end up losing because I'm helping, or hey, don't forget these guys can do this thing, or if you do this, like I'm gonna heroic intervene with this character or something, and it's not gonna end well when Trajan hits you. So,
honestly, I feel like, particularly when it's a new opponent, I feel some weird obligation to warn people if they're doing something I know is gonna like,
hey, don't forget I can do a thing.
Yeah, it's like, are you sure you would like to do that? Because I am going to do this. And maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe that's not healthy to my win rate, but it's kind of I would like them to be aware of all the information when they make the decision, kind of, because I don't want to win because someone forgot some rule.
Exactly. I don't want to win like that.
Yeah.
Or even clocking somebody out. Like if it's a good game, like keep going. So I get it. But yeah, like I don't know. It's tough.
Well, ideally, like I said, you would like to play your opponent again and vice versa, kind of. So just the being courteous, like you say, showing your roles, which I guess at this point we're okay with not showing each other roles. Just roll them.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But I grudge match some of the guys out of the what's that town called? Muscle Shoals area. Some of those were some of my favorite opponents. And it felt like every time I went to an event, like a couple of those guys would be there. So like Matt played Orcs. We grudge matched each other all the time, and we could not wait to talk crap the whole time. And it was so fun. Mm-hmm. And same with his name has completely escaped me. Custodes guy in Dark Angels. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry if you're listening. I can see his face. I cannot think of his name. I'm so bad at this.
Stay away from the light.
Yes. But it seems like every time we were at an event together, we ended up playing in the second round, no matter what. He would either get paired down to me and I would get paired up to him, or we'd both be 0-1 or 1-0. And like, no matter what, we always played round 2.
Wow.
And it was just like the rite of passage at every event. And I think when I went to an event in Cleveland, like on Saturday, we played each other round 2. And on Sunday, we got paired into each other again. I was like, are you kidding me? Because they reset the event if you're not in the top 8.
Yeah.
So it counts as 2 little tournaments instead of 1 big tournament.
That's kind of cool.
Can be. But the good players are out. And it's just, but at that point, like, of the 12 people left, like 7 of them were Custodes. I had already played Custodes. Like, dude, I don't want to play Custodes for the 5th time in 6 games. Mm-hmm. I'm good. Sure. You got me.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, when you have a fun opponent who talks to you about things, like it makes such a big difference.
Yes.
And not just Warhammer, anything.
Yes. It's kind of the banter, honestly, is kind of part of the fun of it when you kind of get like, not legitimately, but like kind of you're being playful about it, but it's kind of just I have definitely gone out of my way, out of pure pettiness and spite, to kill a unit that I had no reason to do it. Besides, it's just I was tired of looking at it on the table, and it's like, nah, that guy's dying. Principle.
Did your who killed Trajan? What was that unit? Heavy
intercessors with the 2 Victrix guard.
Did they earn like a 3D printed like Trajan helm? Like,
just put a custodian helm on it. It'd have to be on his bodyguards because you killed Calgar and left his bodyguards, so they were upset.
Calgar or something. Oh no, but then it's weird. Maybe we need to play some Xenos or something and let you earn some bits that way.
Yes. Oh,
like it.
Did you? I don't think you ever saw him because I stopped using him when 10th hit, and they got rid of a lot of the customization of how captains were outfitted.
Yes, I'm very well aware of that.
I played a lot at very low points in 9th, and I lost a lot. But for all of my victories, I put a trophy on my captains.
Yes, and that's so cool.
So do you remember was it Indomitus box? That was like Marines versus Necrons? Mm-hmm. The dude's like holding the shield.
Yes.
And there's like a dead Necron at his feet.
Oh.
I put that on his shield.
That's cool.
Instead of the relic skeleton. I put jewelry chain to lash the Necron to the front of his shield and painted it up like my opponent's Necrons.
Yes. No, and things like that are so cool.
He's got like a broken beaky helm at his feet because I fought Raven Guard and beat him. It was like,
I like it. I like it.
Just collecting trophies. It's like you start getting a fun rivalry. It's kind of like that guy.
That's how it's supposed to be played.
Yes.
It's fun.
Like kill Tom. I don't like him just in particular. Just that one Marine.
So overall, I think being a good sport is kind of a big deal.
Yes.
Like I said, you're doing the social contract thing.
Yes.
You're committing to 3 hours.
Yes.
At least
3 hours of hanging out with someone, and basically there's a level of like just you have to trust that someone is not just lying to you, and it's like, oh yeah, all my stuff auto wounds on 1s and auto kills on 1s. Or what do you mean?
I mean, if I played, we'll say 50 tournament games, I probably had 3, maybe 4 bad opponents. I had the guy that was clearly drunk at the table who was casting the wrong spells, and it was just like, I'm already 0-2 here. I don't care. But then I had the similar games where, Votan had just come out and they had that ridiculous gun.
Oh, yeah.
Top of turn 1, very first shot of the game, I lost a Drakari Raider.
Oh.
It exploded.
Oh.
It did wounds to everything around it.
Oh.
Half of the units inside of it died.
Oh.
He shot his second shot of the game. A Raider 6 inches away exploded. Did D6, and it blew up like 3 Venoms, and almost everything inside of those died. And it was like, I just lost 800 points in the first 2 shots of the game. He was such a good dude. He was like, look, this is bad. Do you want to play this out? I was like, we can't. We played the first turn. I was like,
You got nothing left.
we good. I lost almost all of my incubi.
Oh, no.
And then all my witches were dead. My Cabalites were just like, failed leadership or whatever, and were useless.
So
it was like midway through turn 2. I was like, do you just want to get a beer? It's like 10:15 in the morning. You want to get a beer and call this?
Yeah.
I was like, yep. And so we went over and watched my wife play.
That's
her
kinda
Eldar
nice,
against
though.
the brand new Custodes Codex. Or not Custodes, World Eaters.
Yeah.
World
Yep.
Eaters had just dropped in 9th.
So probably broken.
Very.
Ooh.
She's like, I learned a lot. So, but that is the event where she was like, Custodes looks interesting.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's kind of just being kind, not taking it so seriously, because you can be competitive and and that's a mindset I'm trying to be better about. Just like, because I feel like there's a line there, right?
It's you can not play at a high level, but not.
I don't play with apathy. I don't think, but it's. I've met a lot of, actually, hilariously enough, the only like tournament and or competitive players I've played have all been super chill, super cool.
And usually like, they can, I have found a lot of those guys can turn it off.
Yes. It's kind of just being able to still have fun, kind of regardless of how and I get, obviously, I have had my fair share of being very frustrated at my dice. You have seen my dice,
Yes.
I have areas to work on for sure in that. I had 2 games in a row where I had dreadnoughts, and it was 8 hits went through. I needed a 6 on any one of the 8 dice to save its life. Didn't get it. Roll 1 dice to see if it blows up. Roll a 6. The next turn, the exact same thing happens. Oh, no. Roll 8 dice, get 0 6s, roll to explode, roll a 6, blow up. It was like, I don't know what I've done to deserve this.
But Trajan has no sympathy for you, sir.
Yeah, with his 8-man decapitation strike. That was just funny, though.
I'm rolling 5 1s to save. It's like, oh, he's dead. Cool. No.
The sound of heavy bolt fire. It's beautiful.
Is it?
Yes.
I guess so. That's kind of your shtick, huh? So, before we wrap this up, what is a hobby tip or trick that you would like to share or talk about or, discuss?
Do you see my note?
I see your note.
You see my note?
I see your note.
Pin washes.
Talk to me about pin washes.
They're really...
What is a pin wash?
So, you know how normally most of the images or examples you see of using like GW shades or army painter,
slather it on there, and coffee stain the whole thing, kind of brownish.
Entire thing.
Yep.
Pin washes is basically you take it instead of loading it up on a big brush and slathering it over the entirety of the model, which can work.
Yeah.
And does work. It's more precise. You take a small brush and you load it up with the shade, and you basically you almost panel line
like
it.
Around a shoulder pad,
yes.
inner part of a shoulder pad or something.
So you would just run it along the recesses, and even if it bleeds a little bit out.
Sure.
But it's just...
So Mark's making great TV, by the way. He's doing it on his hand.
Yes.
So I can see it, but you cannot.
You have to imagine seeing it in your hand.
I'm hoping by giving them the visual, they are like, oh, this is what he's doing. And that's what it looks like, because they can see it too.
But it's what I ended up doing for my Imperial Fists.
Oh, because I didn't look close enough because I was...
It's hard to tell, but it's 3 different yellows used on them.
Oh, wow.
It's contrast and then 2 different ones dry brush.
Sure.
What I was finding is it was because I was doing a wash first over the entire thing, and then I was doing contrast over that, so it was over the shadows, and then dry brushing. I was losing my shadows. Huh. So I ended up basically painting the entire thing and then just like hitting all the panel lines. It really makes them pop.
Interesting.
But it's just, and not that you use that technique everywhere, but it's kind of just
as needed, or
I've not
whatever.
seen that technique talked about as much as I feel like it should be, because it's very useful and it's very easy.
Sure. Now, I guess it's one of those things when it's done well, you don't notice it at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So, And maybe that's why I was like, oh, or maybe they have them. I don't know. But I wasn't looking super close.
Yeah.
A lot of gray and white on that table.
Yes, there was. It's fine.
It's fine. A lot of silver too.
There's a lot of humidity in Tennessee, so it's
hey, tonight was I was outside talking to my neighbor minutes before you got here. And I was like, man, this would be a great night to just prime everything that I need to do. And it's gone.
yeah.
It's going to rain all weekend now. So
Goodness. I just need to get an airbrush, I think, because I have not been able to prime anything all summer.
the humidity hasn't been bad. Around 6, it drops to like 60%. It's still hot, but it's not super humid. I have considered getting a bot in our Discord to be like, now's a good time to prime. Just to warn people, like, hey, go out there. Granted, you don't have a great spot either, so maybe an airbrush would allow you.
Kind of what I'm thinking. It's more also, I don't know if I'm better or worse off being in Manchester. It's been above the humidity threshold for my primers for...
You could look at one of those cheap sets on Amazon, like the Masters airbrush sets. I think mine was $70. It came with a kind of a crap airbrush, but it works great for priming.
Yeah.
And the compressor, which is going to cost you like $150 anywhere else on its own, it's a TC20. Everybody sells that compressor with a different label on it. You Google it. There are thousands of them on eBay.
Oh, wow.
It's just a workhorse. It's the standard. It's awesome. And they sell it dirt cheap.
Honestly,
Unlike Badger, who sells it for $200. And then pick up a cheap Badger airbrush on the internet or eBay or something.
Yeah,
I got an ultrasonic cleaner. You mess it up, we'll throw it in. That is good.
Just something to prime with would be nice at this point because I'm tired of.
But you will lose feeling in your index finger after a while.
It's fine.
Do like 3 space brains. Like, all right, I gotta take a break.
Yep, and I'm done.
Well, that's what I mean. But you can work on 3 space brains.
That's true. That's 3 more space marines than I can currently work on.
3 a night. All right. Anything else for this before we wrap this up?
I think I'm good. What about you?
I did not really think of a little hobby tip or trick. I've got a lot of things I could talk about. Still waiting to talk about Andor Season 2. And I watched something else. What was it? Did I make a note? What did I put in there? Pop culture things. I put that in there for we. Did you see Fantastic Four?
No, but I've heard good things, which surprised me.
I briefly, if you'll allow me here. Sure. Friday night last week, we were kid-free. My wife goes, we should catch up on the Marvel movies we haven't seen. And we started The Marvels. Have you seen The Marvels? All right, I'm going to spoil it because it's not worth watching.
That was why I haven't watched it.
The end-credit scene was the highlight of that movie.
Because that's Beast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the way.
Whoops.
It's coming in hot. We'll warn them in the intro to not listen to the outro. So it made no sense. And then Captain America got to a planet where she had to marry somebody and became a princess.
Oh.
But on that planet, they don't speak. They can only sing and dance.
Oh.
So there was I'm not going to make a dice roll. There was a far too long song and dance scene when they landed on this planet. They had to walk through the city, and it was just like, what the fudge am I watching? Like, I don't know.
Oh.
And right before that's when me and my wife were like, do you want to watch Captain America? And we did. So, but after Captain America, which I will get to, I finished the Marvels because I want to see how this all ties in. It was useless. There's nothing in that movie worth watching for. Watch the end credit scene on YouTube. Beast comes back from the X-Men, Fox Universe.
I saw that.
I was just like, yeah.
He looks great. That redesign, it looks so good.
I can't believe they got Kelsey Grammer to come back.
And then
I didn't realize
him as Beast.
All those years ago, that was Kelsey Grammer. That's
really?
insane.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did you watch Ironheart?
No. I know of it.
Do you know the spoilers at the end?
Yes.
Do you know who shows up?
Yes.
Do you know who plays that person?
No.
Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat.
Oh.
I had no idea it was him. It didn't look like him. It didn't sound like him.
Interesting.
And somebody made a joke about like Borat being in the MCU, and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And I googled it. It's like that was him. Blown away. So Captain America, Red Hulk. I don't know what the movie was. Spoilers. Hulk's in it. If you didn't see a trailer.
Oh, whoa.
I feel like poor Sam Wilson just gets the shaft. He got a show. COVID happened. They reshot like 80% of the show, but enough was left in the show to where it's like, man, what are those papers about a pandemic? Like, oh, that's crazy. Never addresses it. There's so many scenes where you can see glimpses of what the old arc was.
Oh.
And they completely reshot it because they didn't, because the government was like shutting down things and doing stuff, and they didn't want to be polarizing, right? And then they did I don't even know what the movie was called, Captain America
New World
Order, which they retitled because it was something else that was a little controversial. Whatever, it's fine. They had to reshoot a huge chunk of that movie because I think there was an attempt on Han Solo's life.
Oh,
as the president.
Oh, sure.
And so they didn't want to polarize.
Sure.
So they reshot like a third of the movie.
Oh, wow.
The bad guy, Sidewinder, is the guy, Gus from Breaking Bad, or Moff Gideon from... Yeah. He wasn't initially in the movie.
Really?
They reshot all of his scenes because it was a WWE guy.
Oh, wow.
Who didn't know he wasn't in the movie until he saw the trailer.
Aw.
And he was like, what the stuff?
Yeah.
And so poor Captain America movie shows... They just keep getting reshot, and I feel like it's, I don't know.
I just feel like I love Sam as a character.
It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. But even the lady that was like his personal guard was supposed to be that Israeli superhero, and they reshot all of her scenes to make her not her.
Oh, wow.
Or never addressed it because of all the things going on in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And I just...
So it's just kind of, they have ideas and pretty much just they completely... I mean, I've heard reshoots have been a particularly bad spot for Marvel recently.
So watching these things and seeing the Marvels and watching Captain America, and there's been enough, like, even there's so many scenes in the trailers that just didn't happen.
Oh, man.
Because when it came out between when they reshot, because they showed the first trailer like a year and a half before it happens to get hype. And it was crazy. But to go back, and circling back to Fantastic Four, way back to 1960 when the movie takes place or whatever... That was such a breath of fresh air.
I've heard the aesthetics of very
It is
nice.
beautiful, and I really want to go see it again with like a new set of eyes. Like now I'm looking for things. Mm-hmm. It was so cool. Somebody had a plan, and they executed it. This was a great example of like Marvel's not doing any more intro stories. This was not an intro story.
Yes.
They've, in a very well done way, they were going to do this interview with like the TV host or whatever. And they, before they come out, they're going to show like a 30-second, like, well, they were these guys and they did the astronaut thing. And then they became the superheroes, and they show like a little 30-second montage of them getting ready and doing the things and then saving people.
Yeah.
And boom, you're in the action.
It's not mysterious anymore. Everyone knows how superheroes are made, and like we've seen that story done 1,000 times.
But it was refreshing to not get the hour and a half of like, I'm Captain America without powers.
Yeah.
And then everything just crescendo and it's over in 20 minutes.
Well, also the fact that that was the majority of the last Fantastic Four. And it was the majority
the Josh
of...
Trunk one? Or, man. On the Fantastic Four note, right? I didn't see it out of spite. I heard they did my boy Doom wrong.
Yeah,
so I never watched it. And then I watched Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin's podcast, Fat Man Beyond, Fat Man on Batman, whatever they call it now. I don't know. and he went on a bit of an hour-long tirade about this movie.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I have to see this. And it's like 8 o'clock. We're going to the beach bright and early in the morning. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this movie.
Oh, wow.
I got to see what this is about. Went to bed angry, didn't sleep.
Oh.
And I've been told that in our 8.5-hour drive to the beach house, I ranted about that movie for about 6 of them.
Oh.
I ranted about that movie for 4 times longer than the movie ran.
Oh, man. Wow.
So much wrong. And to see like Miles Teller like just absolutely get thrown into a role like that. And maybe it was Fox's fault. Maybe it was the director's fault. I don't know. To see them done right finally. And that end credit scene that I won't spoil, just, it's like half the theater's like, yes. And then the true end credit scene at the end of the movie after the credits, in universe, they made a cartoon about the Fantastic Four because that's just, it's what you do. And it was very campy, like you would expect, like 1960s cartoon.
Like the old Fantastic Four campy cartoon.
They referenced it in the movie.
Oh.
And the end credit scene was the intro for the show.
That's cool.
They actually, drew the show introduction.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really neat. So, fantastic movie.
I have heard I haven't kept up with it just because it's like, I got to a point where it's like,
There's a lot. I stopped, man. After COVID, I was like, getting a sitter and everything is really hard. We went and saw Multiverse of Madness, and it wasn't the movie I thought it was going to be. Nothing against Sam Raimi. I thought it was going to be this cool, like, thing. And it was just like a kind of horror movie where the Scarlet Witch went crazy. And I just, after that, I was like, I think I'm good. I'll catch them on Disney Plus in 3 months.
Oh. I burn out. And it was like the quality is not overriding my burnout.
Yeah.
And it's continued to remain that way.
If you were going to try to go back to that ex-girlfriend, might I suggest Fantastic Four? It is fun.
That one I'm curious about, mainly because the sources that I have chatted with who do not like a lot of the recent Marvel movies actually had positive opinions of those. It's like, I will take that over someone who's seen all the ones and it's like, I liked all of them and this one's good. It's like, well, how about someone who
this was the first movie that I was excited to see in a very long time. First movie I've gone to see in the theater since probably Deadpool and Wolverine, but that's kind of different.
Sure.
Top
that
tier
one I did see that one.
Okay. I still hung bye way more than I should. I was around when that song came out, Mark. But no, it was so good.
Cavalry.
So good. I know. Now just bring my boy Moon Knight in, and I would be the happiest guy in the world. I keep hoping we're going to get a season 2 of that. I thought that was a great show.
I have also heard that that's nice, and it's like a nice
so
little
different.
isolated.
It was just its own thing. It didn't reference all this crap, but it was so. Have you not seen it? Mm-mm. Oscar Isaac, man, you don't get an actor like that, and you don't just knock it out of the park. Of course, Dune had just come out. It's like, this guy's awesome. And then he did that. I was like, new favorite actor. I don't think he's done anything since.
Oh, poor guy. I liked him as Poe, despite all of my other.
Poe too, wasn't he?
Yeah, despite that's how I first saw him was Poe.
I think most of the people.
Despite my,
but I think he did awesome because he's playing
distaste for the rest of those movies.
Multiple personalities, and it was just so different.
Some of the scenes I've seen are kind of impressive with just his like, oh wow,
the costume I thought looked cool, and yeah, I mean and of course they left that cliffhanger like, oh snap, and it's been like 5 years. Oh, come on, Marvel, throw me a bone, give me something, show up in whatever the Avengers movies, Doomsday, which, oh man, I'm back, baby. All right, so I think we need to wrap this up. We are going long.
Sure.
I don't know how long our break was, so I don't know what the editing is going to look like, but
it'll be interesting.
I'm Kurt.
I'm Mark.
And this has been episode 12. Are you supposed to take us out?
No, I take us in.
Okay. Of Webway Radio. We'll talk to you next time.
Catch you later.